But here we go with game number 1. GLD2 versus GLD1. We're going to be observing on the side of GLD2. We'll see what kind of strategy that they end up pulling out here. This is the side of the Relic that you really want to end up playing defense on most of the time for a lot of your players. But GLD2 is saying no to that. They're going full-on offense here. Skits is positioning questionably far forward, not shooting at the enemy directly in front of them, dying right off the bat. And GLD2 is getting absolutely dominated by GLD1 right now. Bloblack with that instant pull, running it right off the grapple zipline, and he is gone. Running it right through the ship. Remy has to be in position to stop this, or else. That is the only thing that can stop it, really. Actually, Skits is fast enough to make his way back, but, you know, they just had enough teamwork to stop that cap. So, here's the thing, is that you really need to play defense on that side of the map, and GLD2 is showing that they're just kind of the newer team here, and they're not really understanding, like, the metagame of Relic. This is the map that is very easy to get a pull out of, thanks to that zipline. It's extremely fast and safe. You need to play that hard defense, and Nikeo, of all people, I would imagine, should know that. Nikeo has shown in the past, in prior matches, in pugs and scrims, that he likes playing that defensive style here on this map, but I see him pushing up here, and I'm very, very concerned as to why. His team is trying to establish a control of the ship in the middle, I suppose, which can be very, very valuable if they want to make a pull of their own, but generally the strat is to just play defense and wait for the better side, so very, very abnormal strategy for GLD2. Not quite working out for them so far. I apologize for that saw going outside, by the way. My neighbors are getting a new floor put in, and I can't stop them from doing that, so sorry. Bloblack again with that pull right up that zip line, exactly what it needs to do. Good thing, though, is they got the kill on Bloblack before he finished the zip line, so the flag drops in the middle of the no man's land, and that's an easy return for GLD2. Skits is stimming his way forward, though. Oh, wait, they still have the flag. Okay, I have no indication of that. Okay, so that wasn't a return at all. I just assumed there was a return, but nope. GLD1 getting the relay after Bloblack dropped the flag in no man's land somehow, some way. Finishing off that cap. They're in a very, very dominant position right now. But, keep in mind, this is a very one-sided map. So, that's not really the end of the world. GLD2 is under pressure. They have to try and make something happen here in the second half, but I don't foresee them having a whole lot of luck in the rest of this half. Titans are going to start falling, and it's going to be extremely hard for either team to successfully capture any flags. GLD2 with a couple of frags, but not really anyone in position to try and pull and take advantage of that. They just dropped a Legion. That's probably, it's got to be their 8-Kiss. Then they have a Monarch, probably OTAT Mitts again with that Monarch. At those two Titans pushing up through mid, they're lumbering their way over. They're going to start occupying that hole right there, right above where Nikeo is looking right now. Going to start taking control over that base. Yeah, that was an easy kill on Bloblack there. Maybe not the best pull, but had to try. Had to see if that Monarch was awake or not. Sometimes you just gotta test people. You gotta see if, A, if they're awake, and B, even if they are awake, if they can actually hit you. OTAT Mitts just walking directly out of position and losing almost half of his life bar because of it. More like a fourth. But still, taking a lot of damage for no reason. Got that hard defense from Mr. Lee, just trying to get away from that Legion. 8-Kiss is just wrecking him right now. But he's occupying a good spot. That is a very good place to defend. Because you're pretty much protected from that ship, and you can just look out at the enemy team as they have to run past you to do anything. Only place you're getting peeked from is that bridge up high, which they can't really peek you from there. Your team can watch that, and the same thing down low. So it's a very safe spot for your Titans to be on defense. So very pleased to see that they're defending the quote-unquote correct locations. Looks like we have a flag live for GLD1 at this point. Skit's lagging his way over to the base, and no such luck on that return. They were able to stim right through Mr. Black, just that easy peasy cat. That wasn't even stimmed. Wow, that was all just with the momentum given to him off the grapple, or the off the zip line. Very, very good stuff. Oh, hello. Black carrying hard? I mean, he got one capture. He's not even top fragging. I think he is contributing an equal amount to his team as everyone else. Because GLD1, they keep it tight. They keep it very tight. Nikeo just trying to take advantage of this low ground here. Trying to peek somebody somewhere, anywhere, but not quite using his ears. There's no one around to shoot. There's no sounds happening near him. No one's even there. Easy kill on Black. He messed up his bunny hopping route, going real slow through mid there, and just could not get it out of the base. No amount of team support could have helped that. That was just not a great run. Vespolo does have the flag, but it looks like he does die pretty quickly. Everyone on GLD1 falls on offense. Gonna try to reset here, see if they can make anything happen. GLD2 pushing up. A couple people getting fragged, but we do still have Skits here getting some frags and walking away. Does have some people from his team all pushing up. Dies to Zim, unfortunately. Zim has a really powerful position over defending his own base there. Gonna be tough for GLD2. Gonna be very tough for GLD2, but they're getting those frags. They're working together here. Vespolo with the frag, though. Getting that flag return. Skits was getting the kills in the enemy base, but he could not get pushed up fast enough to help the flag runner out. No fault to him or anyone else on the team. Just not really possible from where he was to get up where he needed to be. We just have a very slow match at the moment. 5 pilots versus 2 Titans. Vespolo is going to be in his tone. Black is either going to be an Ion or Ronin, most likely. Not really sure which. Nikeo is dropping his Titan as a Ronin as their first drop and running in the enemy base. He's only got one teammate with him here that I can see. Yeah, everyone else is way back in the middle of the map. So Nikeo is, I guess, is going to try and see if he can snipe out Ion, but he is getting focused down by 2 enemy Titans with no support. He is by himself. His teammate falls. He's got one other pilot near him, but Nikeo is perhaps just trying to take some attention from the enemy team, but he's got 2 defenders right now, 1 guy in mid. Not really doing a whole lot. Looks like Mike is in that enemy base, just trying to wait for a distraction, wait to get the pull, trying to get a couple of frags on Aegis here. That makes a lot of sense. Very smart play from Mike. He's just going to pull and run and hope for the best, because he knows where Aegis is. He's going to... Just gonna try and run away, but it doesn't even matter. Zim on the respawn, shoots him in the back. He took too long. I see what Mike was trying to go for there, but he really needed that Aegis kill right away, and as soon as he didn't get the kill, enemy team knows he's there, he gets called out, everyone respawns and is looking for him, and he's just done. So, it's a valiant effort, but not quite lucky today. Still got that control in mid with Tone. Let's see if anything can happen, but Skits does not seem to have a whole lot of teammates around him here. He is alone in this ship and just gets out to get the battery on the exact moment that Monarch gets to... Oh, man. He gets murdered by that Monarch trying to get that battery picked up, and he is just dunzos from that point. Not really sure what GLD2 is going to be able to accomplish from this point on. This is a pretty decisive first map for GLD1. They're going to need a miracle to get even A cap, let alone 4 to win. So, I hate to call it early, but I think this one is going to go in favor of GLD1. This is going to be a best of 3, though, I believe. I think this is a best of 3. Not really sure what Nikeo was going for there. He's in the enemy base and trying to charge Rifle Titans. If you're going to go into that position, then you probably want to be ready to pull a flag, not shoot Titans. There's a lot better spots you can be to shoot Titans, but at this point, it doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter. Yeah, it is too bad that Titanfall 2 doesn't have something like HLTV, but, you know, this was not their focus. There's not a whole lot of people that would use a feature like that. Just not really worth the time and effort and money to develop when they can just make the fundamental game better, so... It's a hard thing to ask for, hard thing to implement anymore. You know, if this game was Counter-Strike, then, you know, then suddenly it makes sense, but not Titanfall 2. Right, we're in game number 2. GLD2 versus GLD1. We were spectating on the side of GLD2, of course. Well, not of course, no one knows that, but it's GLD2. Remy with that fast stim right out of base, trying to get a really aggressive positioning, pick off a couple of people on mid, going for that early flag pressure. They got 3 people pushing that right lane all together. That's a fast kill on Aegis. Unfortunately, Mike and Mr. Elite both fall. Seems that Remy might be alone here. Taking a very strange route to get on top of that rooftop and falls to OTAP mitts. Meanwhile, Blah Black is in. Just with the... I guess that was just him just trying to stay alive and pulling way out far away. Just trying to pull the enemy team away from their base and just irritate them and keep the match a little bit more even because they were feeling some pressure. GLD1 was feeling pressure on their base, so Mr. Blah Black throws his life away to get that pull, just to try to reset things. It's actually a very, very intelligent strategy. Something that a lot of people would do in Titanfall 1. Blah Black with another pull, gets instantly arced though. Oh, he doesn't get arced actually. Skits misses the critical shots. Blah Black is gone, running through mid. We only have Hollaback Mike in position. Can he get the kill? No, he cannot. That is going to be a cap for GLD1. Time for everyone to reset. Get back to their positions. Remy is off of his carbine onto the car. GLD2 is getting some kill advantage. They're pushing up together like a team. GLD Mike, along with... is that Nikeo? No, it's Mr. Elite there. Getting some frags. Unfortunately, Mike falls. Mr. Elite is alone, waiting for reinforcements to try to push together. Get a couple more frags. Okay, he gets the kill on Vespalo. A little sloppy, but it works. He's going to take over their rooftops, try to get a couple more frags. OTAP Mitts caught with his pants down. But Zim, off the respawn. Always a threat. You gotta be careful of those respawns. You can't just only look at frags. You gotta try to pay attention, too, to who died, when they died, and when they're coming back, because it's always very scary. Skits with a nice pickup, defending his friendly flag runner. Zim, way back in the respawn, cannot do anything. Remy running through mid very quickly. I think that's going to be a cap for GLD2, boys. Remy almost gets stopped there, but finally, things are coming together for GLD2. Communicating better, playing together, just better. Tying it up 1-1. Aegis with that. I think that was a melee attack from Aegis, yeah. That crazy lunge pulls him out of Skits' firing range. And Aegis is in base, ready to pull. Skits is far out of position, just chasing a little too hard. He's got the low ground that manages to get the kill. Okay. Not expected, but certainly appreciated. Do I know or am I related to Jeff Goldblum? No, and I don't think so. Again, here, we're just back to the neutral game. We got 3 Titans to 4. Zim is going for that pull. There's like no frags, but Zim is just pulling anyways. I have absolutely no intel on where Zim might be or going, if he even still has the flag. I haven't seen him die, so don't know what's going on there. Okay, that flag was gone. I was checking through everyone's view, could not see the flag, but that was a surprising pull from GLD1. I didn't think that they were just gonna make that happen like that, but hey, that's the power of memes, I guess. We do have a pull coming out from Skits, who gets laser shotted right out of the air by Blah Black. Get that laser core on the Ion or the Legion as well. Not enough to kill the Legion. Ion does fall. That means Blah Black does not have a Titan for the rest of this match. He is done. Mike's still in his Legion. They're pushing hard on the enemy base. They've had Titans pushing hard on the enemy base for a solid minute now. They've gotten like a pull out of it. They really need to bring something together here. They gotta get someone to pull a flag very soon. Yeah, the correct strategy there is you need to either phase shift in place or forwards. The only thing you don't want to do is phase shift backwards, because then those rockets will all still hit you. But if you go forwards, they're not going to do the 180. They're just gonna lose their lock and spread. That was a questionable play from Nikeo. Maybe just a lack of experience in the tone matchup. I'm not sure. Maybe just nerves. Don't know. But definitely could have survived with a lot more help from that core. We do have a flagpole from Mr. Blah Black, trying to pull it to the back of the map, just run away as hard as he can, make it awkward to get that return. He's pulling one person out of the fight entirely, and hopefully staying alive with that flag so the enemy team can't score. It's a very smart play from Mr. Blah Black there. Great shooting from Mike, knocking Akis right out of the air. They're going to drop this first half 1-2. I'm just now realizing that OTAT Mitz is Stim Tato backwards. I knew it all along, stream. I knew it all along. Hey, thank you for that sick host, Ethereal, and STN. Much appreciated. Seems like you guys might have gotten knocked out. I apologize for that, but hopefully you had a good, fun time in the tournament. Welcome to the stream. We're currently in GLD 1 versus GLD 2. You told me before. I'm not reading chat. I'm just casting. So GLD 2 got a couple of frags here. West below down, Akis down. Akis is coming off the respawn very soon. Zim just falls. They're all dying one at a time. Blah Black gonna be down here too. GLD 2's gotta make a forward push. They got a couple people in base. They gotta get this pulled like right now. Remy with the questionable route. He had the team support back behind him and chose to run away from the team. But I suppose that it might be because he had that speed from Stim and he's just trying to retain the Stim speed, which is admirable. So that could be a solid reason why. We are tied up 2-2 here, though. Two to 2, second half of match number 2 in this best of 3. Mike with the very interesting evasionary tactics, I guess? I don't even know what you want to call it. Oh my god, the AD strafing is too good. Oh my god. So if you guys don't know, on PC, all you do is you just mash AD, 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 which is strafe left, right, left, right, left, right. And You are extremely hard to shoot. Extremely hard, especially if you're stimmed while you're doing it. It's not as bad as Titanfall 1, but it's still, like, the #1 strat. If you're in that 1v1, you AD strafe, like, just repeatedly. That is how you give yourself the best chance of winning. It's by abusing that AD strafe. Mike with that solid pull along the right side there. He's got some great team support watching from the middle roofs. Finally, we have some nice coordination. An easy kill on Vespalo out of the respawn. They got Monarch down for Stim Tato, but doesn't even matter at this point. It's going to be a cap for GLD2. Excellent work. Ooh, that kick from Akis. Akis pushing up along the left lane. Probably going to get on top of that, the rooftops, get some frags. Mike just trying to stay alive, getting his Titan, but unfortunately falls to Zim. GLD1 taking over roof control over GLD2's bases, and now they have Titans in as well. This is a very, very scary counter push from GLD1. Brian Ada, thank you for that host. We got Vespalo pushing the right side with Tone, occupying that space. That is a pretty much like the best spot for Tone to be on offense on this side. He is just getting a million rockets out there, doing a great job with his Tone. Mr. Elite is just falling to Mr. Blablack, losing a lot of health. Now Elite being aggressive, trying to push that Tone away, shoot him away. Like the friendly neighborhood Mother Ion that he is. We have some roof control coming in. Got a cloak pilot that's probably Zim on FOB, getting some damage with charge rifle. We're going to be pushing up on the right side here. Going to be reinforcing with that Ronin. Ooh, Nikeo trying to pick off Zim, but not quite working. Yep, that is just the controller versus mouse fight right there. And at those super long engagements with a gun like the charge rifle that doesn't have crazy aim assist, the mouse is just going to reign supreme. It's just hard for the controller player to compete in that situation, unfortunately. Not sure why Nikeo took that fight, but hopefully he will learn that that's not one he wants to take. If he wants to win, he's got to just let Zim have that spot and challenge with an assault rifle. You can't be challenging with a charge rifle like that on a controller. It's just too difficult. Even if he wins, that's just his percentage chance of actually winning that is too low. As a competitor, you have to look at the chances, and that's just not giving himself the best chance. Nice kill on Mr. Blablack grappling over like that. Ooh, and that awesome peek. That is a lot of damage coming through that tiny little angle. Mike and Remy, Nikeo all pushing up super hard with their Titans here. This is a very scary push coming in from GLD2. But the downside is that they have 4 Titans, so that means only Mr. Elite can pull. If they want to get a flagpole right now and they want to push their lead, someone's got to get out of their Titan like they have done. Remy has gotten out. They're coordinating. They got that smart corpse right down the main lane. No one can possibly chase Remy down. Looks like we have Mr. Elite with the relay on the flag there. Maybe? I can't really tell who has the flag. I assume that it's Mr. Elite, just given his positioning. Yep, there it goes. Stim Tato in GLD2's base, preventing that final cap, watching the front door. Blablack gets the return. And now GLD1 is in a pretty scary position. They have 30 seconds left. They don't have Titan advantage per se, but I mean they have a strong positional advantage right now. And they could get this repick, which they have done while everyone's respawning. They're gonna go a big ways with that flag. You see it running across FOB right there. Nikeo, the only one in position to maybe stop it, and he does. But no return coming out. Nikeo is not gonna get that return. This could still get captured. This could very well still be captured. We have 3 seconds left. But they end up falling to GLD2. We're in a 1-1 series. We're going to go to game number 3. So we're starting off with GLD2 here. Got Nikeo holding the high ground with his carbine, trying to get those early frags. Skits is down. They got 3 down from GLD1. This is a great opportunity for Hollaback Mike to get in there and try to get a pull with Stim. Yep, he's got to Stim in and just go. He needs to go right now. This is perfect. This is exactly what he needs to do. It's up to his team to just adapt to his positioning and make the cap work. The flag runner is doing 110% perfectly what he needs to accomplish. And that's an easy first cap for GLD2. Very, very well done. Get those frags, get your flag runner in the room, you stim out, and you defend him wherever he thinks is best if you can't command him where to go. Absolutely flawless play by GLD2. Very, very well done. That was a textbook capture. That was a textbook flag capture. Get that music off. I apologize for that. Too many things going on. I need a production team. Alright. Nikeo. Again, trying to get that kill on the flag runner here. He's just running right through mid. There seems to be no one left except there's one guy in base to hopefully stop that, but that's it. Mike is in position, gets that return. That was the clutch that GLD2 needed. Doesn't even matter that Nikeo's dying in the base. Doesn't matter. They got that flag return. It's all that matters right now. They're ahead on caps. Remy with the frag. Wow. Unfortunately, he gets killed by Aegis coming off the respawn, but really would have been nice if you could just suddenly get a stimmed cap out of there for like no reason other than he got lucky. Mike positioning very aggressively on their side. Picking off Aegis right off spawn. Zim is down as well. It's not another textbook capture opportunity for Mike. This is a questionable route, but might be okay. Yeah, he needed to do that. He needed to come through mid there. Yep. It's a very practiced run coming in for Mike. He's airstrafing a little bit between those walls just to get a little bit more height so he can get up over that wall like he did. It's a very good run. Unfortunately, no one was in base to stop that counter pull, but GLD1 doing exactly what they need to do. They get the counter pull in that situation and just pray that that's enough. GLD1 very far ahead. Or, I'm sorry, GLD2 very far ahead on Titans right now, although their positioning is scattered. Their positioning is a bit scattered. They're all looking at offense right now, though. Where is Aegis at? Aegis is in a Legion. You don't just hide a Legion. Where is their Legion? Interesting. Okay, so they're actually... Oh, okay, that was a return. Okay, my bad. I thought that was him picking up the flag. So if nothing else, Aegis gets a lot of damage with his Legion, but it's looking very bad for GLD1 right now. GLD2 is just absolutely dominating this first half. They got Titan control, they got pilot control, they're out-fragging slightly. It's absolutely great stuff. Vespolo doing what he's got to do, though. He's just getting on offense, getting in the enemy base, stopping that cap. Couldn't get the return, but this is actually just the only thing that he could do in that situation. Some big offense coming in from GLD2 here. They're setting up for a very, very powerful cap, but they're not watching their flanks. They're not watching their backsides. If Vespolo gets through, it's going to be the same situation all over again, where there's going to be two guys waiting in the base from GLD1. GLD1 is going to be waiting in GLD2's base, potentially. So they need to have some backup here for Skits. Like, Skits needs a pilot with him right now. He doesn't have it. Zim also in perfect position, getting that cluster missile off. Just GLD1 is playing exactly like they need to play right now. Even though they're losing control of the map, they're just positioning better. They're positioning smarter. GLD2 is snowballing a little bit too hard. They're grouping up a little bit too much. It's good to be together, but they're just a little too much so together. They're playing together to a fault. And it's hurting them because the other team is just walking behind them through the flank and then stopping the caps that way, so... GLD1 playing perfectly, GLD2, even though they're ahead, throwing the lead away. Hopefully GLD1 doesn't come back and punish them for that in the next 45 seconds. GLD2 still with the Titan advantage. They're not going to be losing this tone anytime soon. And that Ronin is nearly full health as well. So they have... These Titans are just... They're there. They're going to be there for the rest of this match. Looks like we have Mike pulling that flag out. The team is positioned a little bit further back this time, which is good. Oh no, Mike is just on return duty here. Or does he have the flag too? I don't even know at this point. Oh, he was just on return duty. Okay. No, it's Mr. Elite that has the flag this whole time. Yep, and GLD2 adapted. They did what they needed to do. They pulled back all their offense just a little bit. And they're taking this first half in a convincing 2-0. So we're heading into the second half here. Nikeo doing the same thing as last time, just playing a little bit farther back on these poles up here. Just keeping planted between the wall and the pole. No need for that silly wall hang kit to stay right where he wants to stay out of their sight, and then he just pops up and mantles up onto that pole whenever he wants. But moving over to the tree to defend from the tree, it's a really, really solid spot to be defending from and attacking from. Great for assault rifles. That is like the spot for assault rifles to go. GLD2 is just taking control of this second half. They are absolutely taking control of this second half right now. Not sure where this flagpole is actually coming through from right now. There we go. Gonna be running through that right side of lane. Zim is just flying away. Even though he's a cloak pilot, he's just getting the heck out of there, man. Nikeo is not able to stop it. Is there anyone else in position that can do anything? There's one other person. Skit's playing that defense. Remy on defense. Elite and Nikeo hopefully getting their way over to that red side. Nikeo just phase shifting through, trying to just get close to Mr. Black. It's all he cares about is killing Black, and that is not an easy task, especially when he's got 3 teammates with him. Mike here, in position, could make something happen. Gets the frag, but can he get the return? I can't see. Did he get it? Oh, he did not get it. OTAT Mitz, a.k.a. Stim Tato, with the relay. And we were back to that reset position of both flags are gone in any enemy's bases. Maria, thank you for that 50 user host, by the way. I appreciate it. Welcome, everybody, from Maria's stream. Welcome to competitive Titanfall 2. This is a PC CTF Clash number 2? 3? I don't even know what number this is for Titanfall 2, but we are in winners finals right now. We are 1-1 in a best of 3. In the second half, we have 2 teams named GLD. This is GLD2 that we're spectating, and GLD1 is the other team. GLD1 is the #1 seed in this tournament, and they are down 2-0 to their comrades, GLD #2. I swear these names are the most confusing things of all time. Three Titans versus 3 right now, but that's going to very quickly go in favor of GLD2. Mr. Black got absolutely annihilated there. Mr. Vespalo also getting annihilated. Aik getting annihilated. Everyone from GLD1 is falling to this defense right now. Zim has got to run away. There's one guy stimming in for no reason, just throwing his life away as well. Another guy on the bridge for no reason, throwing his life away. GLD1 really needs to just back up, focus, create a new push together as a team, because they are feeding one at a time. They did get a pick off on Nikeo, though, which is nice. That's what they need. They got a couple Titans falling as well. Perhaps they wanted to just give their lives up so they can spawn into their Titans safely. Either way, though, we have what feels to me like an unbreakable defense from GLD2. And that was a fantastic shield from that Legion, by the way. He saw Zim peek. Zim hesitated on the shot, and he instantly mashed that shield down, blocked the shot. That is exactly what you need to do as Legion when you, against that North Star play. As soon as you see that you see that Sniper Titan, you just instantly mash down that shield. That is all you need to do, and you will come out on top. Playing defense as Legion like this, that's the only real use to that shield you have, is just to block those laser shots, and you block those railgun shots. Perfectly played. GLD1, though, does manage to get a pull out of all this. They have a lot of Titans, all long range. Monarch, North Star, Tone, Legion, all playing that long-range DPS game. All playing that long-range support for their one pilot. So that is their high-value target right now. They really need to kill this one pilot. As long as they can kill him, flagpoles are not going to happen. If they want a flagpole to happen, GLD1 wants to do something at that point, they have to exit their Titan. A very, very dangerous endeavor. Mr. Leet almost chokes, but gets the kill on Mr. Blah Black. Dropping that flag in the middle of the field. No man's land, really hard for GLD1 to relay. That's going to be a return. And we're back to defense once again in favor of GLD2. 2 Titans to none. And by the way, while all that was going on, GLD2 managed to get a pull and a capture. This is a dominant second half. And it looks like GLD2... looks like GLD2 is going to be advancing over GLD1 here. Ooh, that frag. This is not looking good for GLD1. 40 seconds to make 3 captures with a Ronin standing on top of the flag. That's just not going to happen. That is going to be GG right there, folks. We got 30 seconds to kill, but that is it. Nikeo just with the BM. These final kills, nothing more than a formality as we just run that timer down. That is the game, boys.
We did it. Easy win. Good work, team.
All right, dudes, we got to get somebody from GLD2 in for their second interview here, should they choose to accept. Here we go. There we go. Hello, Skits. Welcome back.
Hey.
How you doing, man? How you feeling?
Hyped again, you know?
Of course.
Yeah.
That was a dominant second game, or rather third game there that you guys had. You really like brought it together.
It was a lot of comms, man. We're non-stop talking, you know? We know everything going on.
Yeah,
It was really good.
yeah, it really shows.
Yeah, definitely. It's a bit sad about the whole lag thing. Like, I can't really control it, but
Yeah, I did see a couple of people mentioning in
yeah,
chat. Mostly,
yeah,
I think
you
it was
know,
mostly Blah Black. Yeah, that.
it's 130p, but it's lagging quite bad.
Yeah, it's more a stuttering thing. But hey, I mean, either way, that's just a factor of online gaming that you got to deal with. It's unfortunate that that the match may be colored a little bit by it. But hey, that third match was very dominant. That was really nicely played by you guys.
I'm quite impressed with our performance.
Oh yeah, you're doing fantastic. Like that is not the result I was expecting at all. After seeing that first game, I was like, oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, Relic wasn't too good on us.
Yeah, that's actually one thing I wanted to talk
The plan was
about.
to ban Relic. The plan was to ban Relic.
Yeah, it just didn't work out that way. Yeah, that happens. Yeah, that was the one thing I wanted to bring up is your guys' strategy on that first half when you were you were controlling the base with the zip line. You guys were very aggressive on that side. Is that like a strategy that you guys had like practiced and tried to achieve that way, or is that just a natural how it played out?
To be honest, we haven't really played Relic or scrimmed it because the plan the whole time was to ban that map. You know, none of us liked it.
I understand. Okay. Yeah, it just doesn't always work out that way. It's rough.
I think that map was kind of individual player more than team. That's kind of why the bad result, because the focus was, once they got a cap, everyone wants to be aggressive and get a cap back,
Right, I understand.
And we tried that, but just didn't execute well enough, and I made a few blunders, so...
Well, hey, it happens, man.
It's good that we came out on top, though.
So how about the game 2? I mean, do you have any, like, particular moments from game 2 that really stood out to you?
Boomtown, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's probably Remy's pull, I think, first half.
Yeah.
And out to the village, and we were able to cap that.
Yeah, that was really, really good. I was watching that.
Kind of...
Yeah, because I Was that you on those rooftops on their half right next to FOB, or there was somebody over there of those position? It was just fragging Vespelo, fragging like Zim, like they were like
Yeah,
just.
that was another Kia.
That was Nikeo. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that was just the perfect spot to defend that pole. You guys did a really
It
nice
was
job.
kind of scary when he was there, you know, because like I died and then I was spectating him, and you know, all I was telling him was, "Oh, just go behind you. There's cloak. There's everything around you."
Right.
You know, it's crazy, but
Hey.
it's more. I don't think we've lost a game on Boomtown, so that's kind of the go-to map.
Awesome. Yeah, I really
We
like
just-
Boomtown for comp. I know a lot of people don't, so
Yeah,
I'm happy to hear that
definitely.
you guys are favoring it because it's really fun to watch a good team on Boomtown.
Yeah, well, Mike and Remy just do crazy stuff, you know. I just let them do their things and it works out.
I understood, man. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and let you go back. Enjoy your victory with your team.
I shall.
Hopefully,
you,
we'll
man.
see you again up in the
Hopefully.
with the gold medal in that grand finals. Congrats.
Can I do a shout out, by the way? Is that cool?
Go ahead.
I'd like to shout out my Xbox team. They're called 2OP. You know, we're pretty neat. That's all.
All right, man. 2OP
All right,
it
man.
is. Thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you.
by. Thanks for the interviews.
You too, man. See ya.
2OP over on Xbox. Training him up to be the best little player there is. All right, guys.